I'm 16F. My parents split up before I was born. Custody is I live with my dad most of the time and my mom every other weekend, plus random staying with her if I want. Recently, my dad got engaged to Hannah, and she and her kids are moving in. Hannah's kids' ages are 9, 7, 2, 2, 2. She is widowed, so they live with her full time. This made room arrangements a bit awkward, since there's only 3 kids' bedrooms to go around. Dad and Hannah talked it over last night, without consulting anybody, and Hannah came over this morning, to announce with my dad what they decided. Apparently, they want 9 and 7 to each have their own rooms, and me to share with the triplets, because my room is significantly bigger than the others, and I don't stay there full time. I said their plan was stupid. They wanted me to share with 3 toddlers. They said they didn't want me to move, but it was the biggest room so other people should share. I said I didn't care if I switched rooms, because the more logical move would have been the triplets in the big room, 7 and 9 share, and I get my own. I said I'd take the smallest one until I move out. They said it would be more work to move my things to another room, and their idea was more practical. Then asked why I was so pressed, since I don't even live here full time. I said not staying in the room 4 days a month was a sorry excuse to land me with a bunch of toddlers, and if they seriously planned on doing it to me, I'd make the custody arrangement change, and I'd stay with mom for the most part. I know she doesn't mind, because both of them remind me I could stay with her whenever I wanted. This made Hannah cry, because she just wants her family to blend together nicely, and apparently I was ruining her plans. This made dad mad at me, and I'm not allowed to talk to Hannah until she forgives me. I didn't know this meant so much to them, but I'm still saying I'll stay with mom longer if I have to share with toddlers, but my dad made me feel a bit guilty, so later. Update, I'm at my mom's house at least for the weekend, while the adults try to work things out, but my mom said I was welcome to live with her full time, and if I really wanted we could change the custody agreement. Also thank you for all the replies, I really wasn't expecting this to blow up as much as it did, lol. NTA. Hannah thinks the best way for her family to blend together nicely is to instantly make her stepdaughter the free babysitter for her **3*** toddlers. Dang, like at least the evil stepmother waited till Cinderella's father died, not just made her a free maid instantly. Also, your dad kinda sucks. Who in their right mind would want to share a room with 3 toddlers? Let alone someone that's almost an adult? He's favorizing his stepkids over his BO daughter to keep Hannah happy, and he's willing to make you sacrifice things like your privacy. IKR, they're her toddlers. Move them all into the master bedroom until Oop can move out then. I bet you anything the master bedroom is bigger than Oop's room, and then Hannah can take care of her own kids. NTA, who the hells wants to share a bed with 3 toddlers? Hannah and your dad are buttheads, and I mean that as politely as I can due to your age. Your plan works the best in every scenario, except whatever Hannah is thinking. Almost seems like she either A, trying to force you to move out by doing this, or B, forcing you to be the de facto babysitter / parent of 3 2-year-olds, because it would be more convenient and makes sense since you are already there. Either case sucks and is not fair. If your dad doesn't want you to talk to Hannah until you apologize, it sounds like a good deal to me. Don't. This is about one thing. Free child care. Hannah is crying because her built-in nanny ain't falling for her shit. NTA, Hannah had a completely terrible idea that nobody is ever going to think is a good idea, and then when it was pointed out to her, she cried and refused to discuss it. Your dad is weak. He should be mediating this better. Those little kids will be into all your stuff and drive you bonkers. Are they looking for a night nurse? That's what you'll end up being. I'd move to your mum's too. Hannah is not trying to blend the families at all. She's lying. I think they are trying to drive Op out. NTA. They aren't wanting the family to blend. They want a free babysitter. Go to your mom's house. Seconding this, go to mom's right now. The idea you can't speak to Hannah until she forgives you simply boggles my mind. Is that their idea of parenting? NTA. I have a better idea. You keep your room and the triplets share parents' room with them. If they are not willing to accept any personal inconvenience from their decision to shoehorn 8 people into a 4-bedroom house, then why should you? NTA go stay with your mom. They've made it clear where you fall in the family order. I say they make it official. I bet the dad with his family of 7 will have no problem paying the mom child support. NTA, I would ask your dad why. Is it more important for Hannah daughters to get their own room than you? It's sad your dad is making Hannah kids a priority over you. I wish you luck. My wife's father married a woman with a kid. My wife was then born. He married someone else with a kid, then married someone else with a kid. So on his 3rd marriage to someone with a prior child. My wife is a grown adult now and still from time to time will say her father was always too busy raising someone else's kids to be a reliable father figure. Op's dad is living in the moment of honeymoon phase and not thinking about his family. He's gonna be resented for life. Blending your family together is not saddling a teenager with 3 toddlers to share her room with. You offered a fair compromise, moving to the smaller room, but that's too much work. Who cares if Hannah cried? Your dad needs to get his head out of his asterisk and think about how this is impacting you. His child. I'm a little confused about the timeline. Hannah's triplets are 2, and she's a widow. How long is this relationship with your dad? Go live with your mom. Let Hannah grow up and stop trying to make you out to be the problem. Your dad needs to grow a pair and stand up for you too, but looks like he's blinded by this relationship. Don't be suckered into being the live-in babysitter for the triplets. Not your responsibility. How long is this relationship with your dad? 2 years, 9 months. NTA, and what a clusterfuck. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Op, you're 16, which is more than old and mature enough to decide and voice what you want and what's in your best interest. This whole family blending, I just want what's best for everyone, nonsense is not that. Hannah wants what's best for her and her kids. They will always come first. And your dad is, sorry to say it, acquiescing to her because that's what'll make his life easier. I could write 20 more paragraphs here about what you should do, but to answer the relevant question, you're definitely NTA, and I wish you well. Your life, unfortunately, will be looking a lot different for the foreseeable future with respect to how it used to be with your dad. Hannah is absolutely lying that she wants what's best for everyone, because there is no world where a teen sharing with 3 toddlers is good for the teen or the toddlers. A 7 and 9-year-old sharing, unless one has started going through puberty and they're not the same gender, is just fine. I shared with my brother on and off until I was about 12, and it was fine for both of us. But a teen and 3 toddlers? NTA. Fuck that noise. Literally noise too. Can you even imagine trying to do anything with 3 toddlers in your room? NTA, and I tell your dad that you're perfectly happy not talking to Hannah and don't care if she ever forgives you. Either you get a room to yourself or you live with your mom. Period. Big agree. Op was completely logical. Propose compromises and alternate solutions and discuss the impact it would have on her. The adults are setting up a poor example for their kids by resorting to tears and manipulation. Don't talk to Hannah until she forgives Op. Asterisk FORGIVENESS for fucking what? Asterisk not rolling over and becoming a night nanny for toddlers. NTA, and go forward with custody changes. She is going to make your life hell and your dad has no balls. He will be a 24/7 live-in nanny if they get their way. NTA, she cry because her free babysitter gonna run away. Free babysitting / an extra set of hands to help out was my thought too. If it was really about blending the family, Op is old enough that she could have been brought into the conversation. Dad is already choosing his new family. NTA, this sounds like a nightmare. NTA, you're 16. WTH, would they think you wanted to share a room with not just one crying baby, but 3 of them? Better off moving in with mom. NTA, isn't that what they should have expected? Would anyone on Reddit or either parent not stay with mom? NTA, hun, you are 16 and deserve privacy. Your idea is really good. Please be careful. I'm worried you will be expected to look after the toddlers because they are in your room. If they are crying in the night, you are right there to soothe them. Please be prepared to move to your mum's. Best of luck, hun. If they are crying in the night, you are right there to soothe them. If they are crying in the night, Op should pick them up and carry them right over to Dad and Hannah's bedroom and plonk them down there. NTA, this is so manipulative and toxic. And the fact that your dad is going along with it is a red flag. They probably want you to act as 24/7 babysitter. Move in with your mom and don't visit unless you want to. NTA, you ruined her plan of a built-in babysitter. You're old enough to take care of them and let Hannah sleep through the night. Talk to your mom and get evening important as soon as possible. Also may want to visit the police station just to have a record of where you are and why, in case your dad and Hannah try and report you as a runaway. Yup. Run, kiddo, run. None of that was about family togetherness. They wanted a free babysitter. Start packing and tell your mom to get ready. NTA. Evil stepmother much? And why do the fathers always side with the evil stepmothers over their own child? Your plan is the most logical, with the triplets in one room, the younger two in another, and you by yourself. You go live with your mother if they won't listen to reason. You are too young to be parenting triplet toddlers, because I'm sure that's what they're hoping. I won't say all, but most in similar cases, fathers are often lost cases after remarry. NTA, that sounds miserable to have that many kids around, and you can't possibly share a room with 3 2-year-olds. You'd never get any sleep or privacy. You'll be happier and get better sleep at your mother's. NTA, don't ever stop standing up for yourself. They don't seem to want to treat you like a living, breathing person if they don't even take your feelings into consideration. Word. Op is strong. Good for her. You are not the asshole. I felt sad reading this. This is clearly a terrible idea to stick you with toddlers. My guess is that when you spoke with them you were angry. I would be, and the anger upset Hannah. It may be better to stay with your mom for a while during this adjustment process. I really hope that more communication happens around this, so you can get along with this new part of your family. No. Hannah's tears are as dishonest as the arguments they gave Op for this. Hannah is trying to drive a wedge between Op and her father. It's all too common with stepmoms. Not all stepmoms, many are truly wonderful mothers, but some are like this, and it's not uncommon. NTA. This made Dad mad at me, and I'm not allowed to talk to Hannah until she forgives me. Way to threaten me with a good time. NTA. Your father should not be choosing them over his own daughter. You should not be expected to get woken up by toddlers and have them playing in your space all the time. Go to your mom's and don't go back to your dad's until they get their heads out their backsides and make the accommodations make sense. Your suggestion was perfect. Also, do not babysit. That is what they are actually after. NTA fucking all. Semicolon. Your blended family wants you to be a live-in fucking nanny for 3 toddlers. I could not imagine a scenario more like hell unless you set fire to the place. NTA. She doesn't want you there anymore, hence her choosing the arrangement that's going to make you uncomfortable. Her tears are just to manipulate your dad. Eater, your dad just proved that he cares more about his new wife and her kids than he does you. You're better off with your mum. NTA. I bet her tears are real because she realized that her free babysitter was gone. Oh well, I'm not allowed to talk to Hannah until *SHE* forgives *ME* major red flags. Totally. Throw it back to Dad saying he's not allowed to talk to you until you forgive him. Then go to your mom. Let's see how that logic works out. NTA. Their plan is ridiculous. Forcing people together isn't the way to get them to get along. They should also understand you're near adulthood and shouldn't be sharing with the younger kids. Your dad should also be advocating for you as your two families blend, and he isn't. I'd tell you mom what's going on as soon as you can so she can start addressing any of the legal changes that might need to be made. Definitely NTA. Hannah sounds like she is either trying to chase you out of the house and or looking for free childcare. No doubt those toddlers will be seen as your responsibility once they are moved into that room. I suggest telling them that they either comply with your idea, where you get the smallest room to yourself, or you'll request an adjustment to the custody agreement, so you're primarily with your mom and your dad gets visitation. This will not end well for you otherwise. Take it from someone who has been in a very similar position, but didn't put up enough of a fight to win. NTA. They want you to babysit the babies for free so your dad and Hannah can have free time. That's why they're insisting on this absurd living arrangement, and why Hannah cried when you just noped out of it. Wanna point out, not being allowed to talk to someone like your stepmother is insisting, and having to throw yourself at her feet for forgiveness, to be spoken to by her. If she did that to your father, would be considered a form of domestic abuse, and it still is towards you, and your father is supporting it. If you can go to your mother, run. NTA. Hannah wants a live-in nanny. You'll be the first one woken up when one of the 2-year-olds wakes up in the middle of the night. Will your grades suffer due to lack of sleep? You won't be able to use your bedroom after the 2-year-olds go to bed. How will you study and do homework? Will your dad and Hannah force you to miss out on important high school/teenage things to babysit? Don't give your dad and Hannah an option. Move in with your mom. It'll be in your own best interest. Hannah wants a live-in nanny. Jumped right out at me too.